वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Yes, welcome back. Chapter 3, verse 3. Shree Bhagavan Vacha Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha. Gnana-yogena sankhyanam Gnana-yogena sankhyanam Karma-yogena yoginam Karma-yogena yoginam. The blessed Bhagavan said, O sinless Arjuna, in this world to achieve equanimity, a twofold path has been enunciated by me before. The path of knowledge for men of renunciation and the path of action for men of action. So basically two paths, Karma Yoga and Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means Gnan, knowledge, or renunciation. Now, need to try to understand. Here, it's clearly from Bhagwan's side. Okay. Buddhi means Bhagwan wanted to say equanimity, samanta, evenness. Right? So, but Arjun from the beginning, we see the chapter 1, the moment Bhagwan Krishna parked the chariot between two armies, of course he has done as per Arjun's wish or order to Bhagwan Krishna. So Bhagwan has parked. And the moment Arjun saw in front of him Bhishma, all the relatives, all family members, okay, he was not too keen to fight or for the war. So here, Arjun did not want to fight, so he misunderstood the term buddhi, intellect, okay, which stands for equanimity, but he took it to mean knowledge. Okay. So that's why it is said, it matters that what I told, not what you understood. It happens in our day-to-day practice. Because what we understood, that means we will make the interpretation as per our wish or our like. So, Bhagwan was very clear when he was using about buddhi, equanimity. But Arjun took the meaning knowledge. But the Bhagwan had already used the terms buddhi and buddhi yoga for equanimity. He has already done this in previous chapter, in verse 39. Okay. Therefore, here also Bhagwan Krishna is describing equanimity, which can be acquired by both the disciplines of knowledge and action. Right. The whole idea from Bhagwan's side is that to not only prepare, to convince Arjun to fight, because that is his duty. I did mention this with you a couple of weeks ago, that many years back I have when that time when we used to have our Geeta recital, we used to have a talk also, day before or 2 days before, and I did give a talk on the two main words, or the key words you can say, Uttishtha and Karishye. Uttishtha word comes in second chapter, because Bhagwan really wanted. Uttisht means arise, come, prepare yourself. You're going to fight. You have to fight. In fact, you have no choice. You have no point of returning back. That's why Bhagwan was emphasizing Uttishta, Avadha, arise. And throughout the whole journey of dialogue between Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun, because basically that's a dialogue between, mainly, of course, there are other two characters, Sanjay and Dhritarashtra, but main is between Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun. So throughout the journey of dialogue, Bhagwan wanted Arjun to be convinced. And that's why towards the end, 18th chapter, what we always recite while we concluding the Gita class, Karishye, Karishye Vachanantava. So the whole Gita is between two words, two key words, Uttishtha and Karishye. Because Bhagwan wanted Arjun to get ready. But in such a manner that he is convinced. So, Bhagwan has used this term for equanimity. Right? Anagha, here the word is anagha, lokesmin, devidha nishtha, pura prokta maya nagha. Gnana-yogena sankhyanam karma-yogena yoginam anagha. Anagha means sinless. Agha means pap. Anagha means no pap, sinless. Okay? Sinless Arjun, Anagha. Anagha, the question put by Arjun, how to attain on the highest good of or bliss, shows his freedom from sin, because the keen desire to attain bliss destroys all the sins of striver, Anagha. Lokesmin dvidha nishtha pura prokta maya. Here, the term loke denotes human body, not in the world, okay, in this body. I mean, that's why if you literally go to the dictionary meaning, then lok means you might get the translation. Of course, which version you getting, which version you using. Otherwise, look, world. Okay. Denotes human body because both disciplines of knowledge and action can be practiced only in human life. What karma the horse can do, not what knowledge the horse can acquire or achieve, that only possible in human life. In that context, Bhagavan has used this word, Lokesmin Dvidadishta Arjun. You blessed by this human body. But again, keep in mind, Arjun is representative of all of us. Keeping Arjun as a representative of human being, Bhagavan is teaching or preaching for all of us. So indirectly, it's a message, it's an order, it's an advice or teaching or preaching from Bhagavan's side that Lokesmin Dvida Loka Dvida Nishtha. As human body we are blessed with, okay, we can achieve the highest either by knowledge or by action, karma yoga or gnana yoga, right? Because that's only can be practiced in this human body. That we must not forget, okay? Dvidha nishtha pura prokta maya. The term nishtha here stands for equanimity. Okay. Which can be attained either through the discipline of knowledge or the discipline of action. In order to distinguish the two, Bhagavan Krishna has already mentioned this in previous chapter, in verse 39. Bhagavan declared this equanimity concerning Sankhya, which has been taught to you in previous chapter from 11 till 13. Now listen about equanimity concerning yoga, discipline of action, that also was told to you from 39th till the 53rd verse in last chapter. And one of the most important verse out of that is 47th. Karmani eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So, the term pura also denotes time immemorial as well as the immediate past. So, pura we can use for both. Okay, of late or many years back, many decades back, even many centuries back. In both contexts, we can use this word pura. Okay, here it has been used in the later sense in the preceding chapter. So in previous chapter, right? When doubt arises in Arjun's mind in both the disciplines which have already been described in the preceding chapter, there is no mention of renunciation of action. Action one is going to do. No renunciation of action. Karmane vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Right? Because action starts from for all of us, in all of our bodies, from dawn to dusk. I woke up, opened the eye, action started. Got up from the bed, went to brush, okay, had a tea, actions, one after the another. So, actions, one cannot escape. The whole idea is one cannot escape from performing the action. There are some routine action, there are some actions with self-interest, and of course there are some actions which should be performed without any expectation, without any self-interest. And that's why the wise man has emphasized much more on selfless love and selfless work, selfless action. Like we always have that it's common with all of us. God fearing mentality and God loving mentality. In the Sanskrit or almost all vernacular language, it is known as Prabhu Bhiti and Prabhu Priti. Bhiti means dar, fear. Prabhu Bhiti means God fearing. But it should be converted to the God loving mentality. Initially, Bhiti is fine. Right? And that's why in the bhakti, of course, I'm not talking about that 9 steps of bhakti. That's different subjects on its own. We did take that particular subject also in one of the Shravan many years back. So, how it starts? Love towards God. It starts with expectational love. Yeah. We all fall in that category. Expectational love. Then emotional love. Then intellectual love towards God. We must progress gradually. Expectational love, I don't have to describe. We all know. We all know. And I wouldn't even use the word certain extent. Greater extent, it's okay. It's okay. But then it should be emotional love. Right? Must understand. We must seek His glory without any expectation. Love for the sake of love. And then intellectual love towards God. There is something more also, okay? But intellectual love, the moment we start thinking intellectually, which power is there, okay, that for years together heart is beating non-stop 24/7. It always good to listen to that. My heart is beating, keeps on repeating. But if we think intellectually, how it happens? If we really think, it will convince us to love God with full of intellect. How the kidney is functioning, how the blood circulation taking place, how the blood is there. We keep on putting all. Be it pizza or pasta or lasagna or whatnot. મંડેના તો મગ ખાવાના ને ફ્રાઈડેના તો પીઝા જોઈએ જ ને ચપ જોઈએ ને. But who makes it? The color is red. The science has achieved quite a bit. They can separate the plasma, this and that, right? But I don't see any possibility that they will make a machine that where you put everything, dal bhat, saag, roti, khichdi, khichdi, load, papad, everything, and just on it, next you'll get the fresh blood. I don't see it's going to happen. Intellectual love towards God. So I am not running my body. Some power, you name him as per your choice. But due to that, who wakes me up in the morning? Just think for a while. If it doesn't happen in the morning, if it happens to us in tomorrow morning, I'm not making you scared, okay? But it happens then, who does it? Who brings my memory back to me when I get up in the morning? Yes, I am Jaidev Bhai. Here is my phone. Because what we do first? Phone. and if it is not recognized by the face, okay, then we need to put that pin. Okay? Who gives me that memory? Pin. Unfortunately, we take it granted. We take it granted. So, in this body, okay, we can do. So, gradually, we need to try to put ourselves on the next level, and that only we can do. Nobody else is going to do for us. We have to do that. We have to do that, right? So, which have already been described in the preceding chapter, there is no mention of the renunciation of action. Actions will be there. Actions will be there. Of course, then the supreme reality, what he is doing all the time for us, are we doing even a but for him? That question arises. That we need to ask for ourselves. Here, Bhagavan Krishna has mentioned two disciplines, the discipline of Sankhya, knowledge, and the discipline of Yoga, action. Corresponding to the two types of disciplines, there are two types of Purusha. It comes in chapter 15, Uttama Purusastvanya Paramatma Vidartara, right? These are two. The perishable mortal world and the imperishable immortal self, Atma, Anatma. Okay. But the third is Uttama Purusastvanya. To remain equanimous in success and failure, gain and loss of the perishable is known as the discipline of action. While having a disinclination for the perishable and being established in the imperishable is the discipline of knowledge. But above these two, there is the Supreme Person who is beyond the perishable, that is Uttama Purusastvanya Paramatmetyudartah. That, of course, this is from chapter 15, okay? So, person who is beyond the perishable and is superior to the imperishable, as described in scriptures.
It's 20 hours.
Thus, a wholehearted surrender to the Bhagwan is called discipline of devotion. Bhakti, bhakti, bhakti and bhakti. The whole Bhagavad even, full of bhakti, devotion, full of bhakti. When technically we think the bhakti yoga, devotion, gnana yoga, knowledge, karma yoga, action are all interlinked. They are not separate from each other. But for us, laymen like me and you, for us, bhakti, the path of bhakti, the path of devotion is easy, relatively, okay? Relatively. Relatively. And that's why I emphasize the best thing what we can do is, chanting name. Namasmaran, chanting name. You take any name of your choice. Keep on chanting. Whenever you get chance. We just need to divert our actions, because when I uttered now, whenever and wherever, what we do? We take phone, isn't it? And I don't exclude myself, right? Then instead, if we divert Namasmaran, and as I told you, whatever name of Bhagwan, keep on chanting. That's the easiest path. Easiest path. Because I give you simple example. But is it possible just by chanting the name? Then what do you think? All the mantras and these and that are wrong? No. Those are not wrong. But the wise men, the saints, the sages made this easy, but easy for us. Okay, I give you one example. The moment you say marchu, chili, right? What is picturized in your mind? Only chili, isn't it? Not the guava. Not the guava. That's why. That's why. Vittal, Ram, Krishna, Hari, Amba, Durga, Gayatri, Shivji. Anything. And that's why I give you very simple example. The moment you chant Marchu, you will picturize in your mind only Marchu and not the guava. It's not going to happen. Hence, I emphasize for the Namasmaran, chanting name. So, thus a wholehearted surrender, wholehearted. Underline the adjective wholehearted, not half-hearted. Wholehearted surrender to the Bhagwan is called the discipline of devotion, bhakti yoga. Therefore, in the discipline of action, there is predominance of the perishable. In the discipline of knowledge, there is predominance of imperishable. While in the discipline of devotion, there is predominance of God, supreme reality, supreme person, Uttamaha Purusastvanya, Paramatmeti Dharatah. In fact, in both Gnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, our relation with God remains established. God Himself has prescribed these disciplines. Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, for the salvation of man. The strivers following these two disciplines carry out the rules prescribed by God. The only thing is that the striver following these two disciplines does not totally depend upon God. Whereas devotion, you can say totally depend on God. That's the only, you can say, small or the big difference. Okay, right. So we're going to stop here. Okay, in today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to all the saints, all the sages, all the scripture, whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely nothing belongs to me. Okay, so we're going to conclude with 73rd verse of chapter 18, followed by the आरती। नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत। स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव।